I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Mike.
Mr. Zach Beaver.
Present.
Mr. Tim Clayton.
Present.
Mr. David Anderson. Mr. Nick Bellar.
Here.
Chief Robert Bird.
Here.
Mr. Tony Clark.
Here.
Mr. Sean Finney.
Here.
Mr. Ryan Deutmeyer.
Present.
Amy Blaker is not present. Mr. Dewinski is not present. And I am Michael Lambert. Good evening.
Thank you, Michael.
John is busy working on the power lines,
Yeah,
Yes, he is.
restoring power.
I think there's 50,000 plus people out of power.
Well, there was, but it seems like they're making progress out there.
That's right. All right, first up we have public comment. Anybody wishing to speak on an agenda item? Seeing none, we're going to move on to citizens requesting placement on the agenda not related to agenda items. So anything else? I'm going to go up, say your name and address for the record, please.
I'm Sean Flavin at 10389 Pike Street. I had a couple of concerns. I'd probably get them on the agenda later, but I do want to bring it in front of the council. Number one is the use of the e-bikes and the e-scooters lately. It seems like it's becoming a problem, and kids are like all over the streets right now with them. I don't know if we can have that brought up and
But
addressed
yeah,
possibly.
I've already jumped on it because it's not necessarily the e-bikes per se. The bikes are probably, I don't know what you've seen, but what I've seen are actually class 3, and they're dirt bikes. They're not bikes. They're essentially electric dirt bikes rolling all over the road. So yes, I brought it up.
Okay. And
Yeah,
then,
David, sorry to cut you off. Dave is working with Chief Bird to try to figure out what we can do in the ordinance to try to manage some of that, because we've seen it out here, even just people zipping back and forth, and it's one thing when you're kind of in a little discreet neighborhood or your backyard or something, but when it's like through the streets and across Randolph and everywhere else, it becomes a problem. So
At a minimum, they should have a license and a helmet.
yeah, and I don't know if like a liability insurance or something, because like my son wanted one, and I'm like, no.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So Chief Bird and I have been talking about it because I've just seen it around where I live, and I know it's going to get worse.
Yep.
Yeah, they're owning the subdivisions and they're going across Randolph and 109th.
Yep.
Crazy.
yes,
Somebody's going to get hit. Somebody's going to get killed.
And then I had an inquiry too on the flock cameras that were installed. I kind of, it's like they came up like weeds. I mean, is that something that Winfield owns and has installed, or is that something that needs to go to a higher level? Because it's kind of concerning that those flock cameras just showed up.
yeah. The town installed. What did we do? 6 of them, or
I believe it was 6.
so the town does have a few that are maintained by the police department. One of the things that we did before those went in was make sure that there was some kind of a guardrail set in place, that they have to, the law enforcement has to have a nexus to be able to access it. So it can't be like, hey, I don't like my neighbor down the street, I'm going to complain, or, if you're, say, on the law enforcement side, I'm going to watch every time he comes into town, I'm going to pull him over or whatever, something like that. So we did create some guardrails within the police department on how that information is accessed. So there's those handful that in town are managed by the town and the police department, and then there's some that Lake County owns, which are kind of just outside of town, and we don't have any authority or say so. We may have access to them. I'm not sure if we still do, but we don't have any control over what they do with that information. Because you're on a public roadway and it's a different agency, all that kind of stuff. But I would leave that to Chief Bird. I don't know if you have anything else to add to that.
Right. We do have 8 flock cameras at 5 locations throughout the town. There has to be a criminal nexus associated with that for us to access it. As Council President Beaver was alluding to, that we just can't check on you because your wife wants us to check on you and pull that plate. It doesn't work that way. It gives us an immediate notification when a suspect vehicle or a vehicle involved in a crime or somebody wanted on a high-grade felony warrant enters the town. It alerts us that we can respond and try to attempt to find that vehicle and stop it. Likewise, say if somebody commits a crime in town and the vehicle flees, we can put that vehicle information into the computer, and it will tell us at what flock cameras it stopped at. Not only here, but in Gary and Chicago and everywhere else it might hit that camera screen.
Okay. And so who owns that data and where is it stored?
Motorola.
Okay. All right, that's all I had. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, anybody else wishing to speak for non-agenda items? If you want to go and say your name and address for the record, please.
Scott Hinkle, 10379 Price Street. It's come to my attention, I've known this for about 2 years, that you guys are in negotiations with the fire force. And I know you're looking at purchasing an ambulance, building a facility, hiring personnel. From experience with 20 years with the municipal fire department and a union president in that department, I support you guys. But I think that we need to think, like I was talking to Tim earlier, and they got to be a partner for us, right? You guys want to do that. So I think that if we can get it done that way, where they can be a partner for us, I know there's been talks. I know some of the talks were abandoned, some of the talks weren't. If we can work that way, because if you put this back on the residents, taxes are going to go up, right? It's going to happen. I understand fire territories. I understand how referendums work. I get that. But the issue I have is, and I'm telling you I support it, but the only issue I have is, like, we're pushing out a service that's contracted, right? You always want municipal full-time career firefighters and paramedics. 100%. You have to have that to cover the growth here.
Right.
But the issue is, if you're pushing out the partner force, right, and you already have it assigned 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, but an ambulance up to 2, from 4 to 6 personnel working, I think we got to figure out how to get them involved. I understand it's been going on, but if you guys need help, I'm willing to help. I've lived here for like 6 years, and I'm planning to stay here for another 10. So if you guys need help with anything, I'm willing to help you. So, and I have a lot of ideas how we can get stuff done. So, I just wanted to say, you got a partner force, think bigger, right?
Yep, I agree, and I appreciate you coming, and sir, sorry I didn't mention, but thanks for coming and bringing your concerns too. I do think that we agree with you too. I mean, that's why we spent over 2 years on the fire territory stuff. We thought that was gonna be the best route. We don't control the politics of anywhere else besides, we don't control it anywhere, but we can't affect what other elected officials do outside of Winfield. And so what we're doing now, we met with the fire department on Friday, and that's been our message is, look, the preferred route is a fire territory with another government entity. If that's not possible, the preferred route is for you guys to work with us, come into the town umbrella, form a town entity, and then we can contract out with, the same way it is now. Now we can contract out to make sure nobody's left high and dry with no service or anything like that. And so, if you want to come back up, that's fine. And so that we've laid that out, that is the preferred path. Look, we want you guys as partners. We want to bring everybody into the fold, but we can't. Everybody acknowledges it's a problem, and to your point, nobody's really like, well, this you can't do this. Everybody realizes on the fire side, on the civilian side, that this needs to happen. We need this professional force, and so our message is more or less, that's what we're going to do. And we have to take care of the town residents. We can't worry about what happens in elections in Porter County or anywhere else. We have to make sure that the town residents are getting the services they expect. And so the hope is that, and we're still negotiating right now with the fire department to see what that looks like. And Chief Bird was in the last meeting with them so that we can start to figure out how does this integrate into town operations? How do we, how does this look? What's the management? What's the pay? Does the town start hiring staff and gradually move everybody over, or a handful of people? How does that look? We don't know what that answer is yet, but that is the path we're working on. So I agree with you. And if you had any follow-up, feel free.
I can tell you from experience, in the last 6 years, we've hired 41 at our department. 41, okay? We've retained 28.
Yep.
We increased the starting salary from $56,000 to $90,000. All right, that's essentially what we had to do. You have a huge shortage of firefighter, paramedics, and police officers nationwide.
Yep.
There's a major problem going on. Now it's starting to get a little bit better, but COVID kind of created the problem. It's a buyer's market for a firefighter or a paramedic to get a job now. So if you're not competitive salary, competitive benefits, like typical state pension, offering a 457, good health insurance. If your salary is low, you're not gonna get anybody.
Right.
It's just not gonna happen. And the thing is that, with that being said, once you do get these people hired, what are they gonna do to you? They're gonna organize, you're gonna have to negotiate with them, because that's what firefighters do, right? So all I'm saying is that the big picture here, 100%, you have to have a career fire department. You're adding thousands upon thousands of houses here, right? The risk does not outweigh the reward, or the risk outweighs the reward, right? So if you don't do it the right way, you're gonna, as a town, you're gonna lose in the long run,
Right.
right? Your residents are at risk, right? If you don't have staffed firefighter paramedics in your area, they are 100% at risk.
Right.
So all I'm saying is that the big picture is for us, and we've been dealing with this now for 9 years, the shortage. If you don't pay well, if you don't give good insurance, you're not gonna get anybody to work here.
Yep.
And that's a huge problem.
Yeah, that's why, like on the police side, if you've taken a look at our salaries.
I did.
Yeah, on
So
the police side, we're pretty competitive in the area now with everybody else.
I saw the increase.
Yeah, and then, what I would tell you too is, well, one, I agree, look, the town itself needs to have its own professional fire department at the end of the day with all the benefits and everything else you described at the end of the day. We need some help to get there for sure and be there, with the current fire force. I think we've talked increases of something like 30% in 1 year. Over a 4-year term, there's something like a 50% increase. But to Zach's point, that's with the understanding that eventually you come into the fold. So we're going to buy tonight, I believe, on the agenda is the purchase of a new ambulance.
I saw that.
Yeah, that we will own. And so, as Zach pointed out, it's Winfield first. We have to consider our residents. And we want that career fire department. And we hope we have a good partner to come with us and will work with us to do it. But yes, I agree with you 100%. If you're not paying right now, if you're not competitive, you're toast. So
We're gonna pay for it. We're eventually gonna get into a situation where the residents are gonna have a tax burden for it. It will happen.
yeah, I would just say this on the tax front, and then I'm going to get into a whole tax discussion. It is what I do, but
I was just saying, it's your world. So
that's my world. This is what I play in, the world I play in. But what I will say is, it won't be so much of a tax burden because we as the town cannot raise taxes per se. There might be some other consequences, but your property taxes won't go up because they're limited, especially with Senate Bill 1 that was passed. And so that part of it can't happen. And so, so from that perspective, but yeah, there's all kinds of other problems. So at the end of the day, we understand it. We want a good partner with it. We're going to move ahead with it. We're going to get that career fire force established, just like we did with the police force. Get the police force up, established, pay accordingly. So folks like yourself can, if you want to come and work here and you're like, hey, I want to help lead, come on over.
I got 2 years and I'm retiring. I'm good.
Hey, we'll be perfect.
Yeah, you'll be perfect. Come on. Yeah, we would love to have you. So anyway, but
To bounce back on it, we've been talking with every entity that we can, trying to get this right, trying to figure it out. We've gone downstate asking for help down there. We've gone to county. We've gone to everybody, trying to talk to see what we can do. And we're taking all that information and we're partnering with the fire force with contract negotiations, even for right now, to get us to that point, so that we can be good business partners with it, because that's truly what we need to be. This is a business. When we have to run it like that, and we got to find the best things for our residents, we're not going to leave them high and dry for sure.
I agree.
We started with, we were throwing a police department. We were told overnight, you got to do a police department. We don't have a lot of time to do a fire force, but we got a little bit more time. We actually have coverage in that, but we want to increase that coverage, because you can read it all throughout social media, all through the newspapers, of people saying, bad-mouthing us, that we don't want to be a good partner. We're trying to be a good partner with it.
That I
But
can't attest to.
we have to be, no, I'm not even saying that, but we also have to be fiscally responsible with the dollars that we have, because the dollars don't grow on trees. And as he said, with Senate Bill 1, now we're limited even with that, but we're trying to find every way that we can to better to better the fire protection and ambulance protection that we have. So whether if it's fully, truly going with our own, and that may have to be the way to go with it, but we want to work with the entities that we have and bring the people that know what they're doing into the, as Dave said, into the fold.
Hence-
We can do that,
Hint-
so.
Hence, if you want to come work here, I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I appreciate it, but I
Hey,
don't.
thank you for standing up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, sir. Okay, anybody else wishing to speak on non-agenda items? Seeing none, we will move on to special actions. Attorney Decker.
Evening.
Evening, sir.
Evening.
This is the board's appointment of Attorney Decker as additional counsel for this meeting.
Okay, very good. I thought he was presenting to us.
No.
Okay,
No.
very good.
So, Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion that we appoint Adam D. Decker as additional attorney for the town council for meeting of April 28th of 2026.
We have a motion by Tim,
I'll move, or second.
second by
Sorry,
Dave.
gotta have
Any
myself.
discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? And your appointment is successful. Thank you for being here. We appreciate
Thank
all
you.
your help.
Thank you.
Again.
Organizational matters, we have a board appointment for Board of Zoning Appeal. And we're going to nominate Lexi Segovia. Or I will not, I guess it's just an appointment directly by
Yeah,
me,
it's an
right?
appointment.
So I'm going to appoint Lexi Segovia to fill the vacancy on the BZA.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And on to minutes to be approved.
I make a motion that we approve the executive meeting minutes of March 24th and the town council meeting minutes of March 24th.
Motion by Dave
I'll second it.
and a second by Tim. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Staff reports, Nick?
You see the building department data for last month on the next sheet. I just want to give a big shout out to Monica and her team at the event staff and our public works department for the very successful Easter egg hunt. I saw some of the video and some of the drone and some of the photos posted on the website and the town Facebook page, and it was a really cool, really well organized event. And also our latest spring cleanup, which there was a lot of people at spring cleanup this year. Sometimes, some years there's just nobody, and then some years it's just a huge pile of people. So we filled up the dumpsters. Winfield Day in the Park Touch a Truck is May 30th. It's probably my second favorite event of the year outside of Harvest Fest. Yeah, it's a cool event.
Yep.
The Tony's staff have pretty much wiped Trees Park clean of equipment. I think there might still be a little handful of things to pick up out there, but it's actively closed. They have it closed off with construction fence so people can't wander around in there. But Tony's working with the vendor on installation. And I apologize if I took that from your report, Tony.
You did.
All right, that's it.
All right, thanks, Nick. And thank you, Monica, for all your work on everything. We appreciate it. Mr. Clark?
Well, now that Nick already took my thunder, we do have almost all the equipment out of the Trees Park now. We have to get the rubber mulch out of there and the black barrier all the way around. We're taking that out of there. We're getting a price on pour in place in there and a price for the construction of the equipment. We've already got all the equipment, as people have probably already seen. So once we get that done and the ground kind of dries up, that we can get in there with equipment. Because I mean, all we do is sink. I'll get prices together and we'll see about getting that all installed, and hopefully by the end of summer it'll all be put back together and be done. That's my goal. We're getting things ready for the Touch a Truck event. We're getting things, you know, some of our equipment painted up and cleaned up, and so that we can have some of our equipment there. And the guys worked overtime yesterday with that storm that came through, and then got in early this morning to finish picking up the trees and stuff that went over. So I mean, they've been busy. But other than that, I mean, we're doing normal springtime stuff, mowing, you know, cleaning, trimming, all that kind of jazz. But I mean, other than that, all is good.
Very good. Thank you, Tony. Chief Bird?
Real quick, before Chief Bird. Tony, if we can get with staff and get something out about branch chipping again, because I know that there is a lot of branches out there, but so we can get residents well aware of what the branch chipping policy is, to call them in or
I
to,
think Monica put that back up on the
Okay.
website.
okay.
Can we,
Last week.
can we just post it on Facebook again, I guess, too? Just make sure everybody knows.
Yeah, because especially with the storms and that, there is a lot of branches that are down, so
Well-
they're aware of the process. I know you guys are roving right now with the storm.
When we have storms, I have the guys just go out and scour the town.
Okay.
So I mean, like that storm that came through yesterday, it's not that you have to be put on a list, they scour the town and see what's down, and we pick it up.
Okay. All right.
That's
So,
what we
yeah,
do.
and she'll put it on there just to be on the safe side again, so that everybody knows the policy, so they're not,
Yeah.
they don't get missed. Thank you.
Chief?
Just real quick, I want to share some accolades with everybody about one of our officers, Skylar Hofer. She's just an incredible officer. Is out there always doing the right thing, connecting with the public. You know, we're constantly telling everyone that if you see something that doesn't look right, to always call 911. Whether it's a suspicious person, a vehicle, incident, open doors, always call the police. Let us respond. Let us check it out. And that's what happened Saturday. In one of our subdivisions, neighbors took notice of an individual that looked out of place, certainly wasn't acting himself. Police responded, they were able to find the gentleman, and he was experiencing a mental health crisis. Had been, in his words, once we identified him, had been living in the woods and eating leaves for the past couple of days. We ran him through the computer and found out that he was a listed missing person out of Gary, so we were able to reach the Gary Police Department, and we were going through getting a series of numbers, I should say, not we, but Skylar Hofer. We're getting a series of numbers. All the numbers weren't working, so we had the Gary Police Department go knock on some doors in their city, found the mother who didn't have a phone, a working phone, and she was able to arrange for a ride and come pick this young man up. Now, Skylar wanted to get him out of the weather and get him some warmth and some food. She got him food. She got him a place to sit and relax at the police station, take great care of him. Typical work of Skylar. We appreciate her so much, and we just want to recognize her for her dedicated service to the community.
Very good.
Wonderful.
So, thank you.
Thank you.
Chief, yeah, and appreciate the update and all the work you guys are doing with that. Just staying on top of everything. I mean, it's a multifaceted job, and that's one of the things that
It
gets
is.
lost, so appreciate that. Anybody from the fire department? Joe, not you? Okay. All right, seeing nobody, we will move on to deferred business. Update on 2025 CCMG road projects.
We've got a pay application later on in the agenda. It should hopefully be the last pay application. It's for the pavement markings. We are still holding the retainage. As far as I know, we haven't received any new complaints about irrigation so far.
Have they gone in there and fixed it?
Okay.
Have they been in fixing the ones that we know about?
I've got to check with them to make sure they've got everything. As far as I know, last year they had everything
Okay.
tidied up, and we
Okay.
haven't received any new complaints.
Okay.
So I'll double check with them though.
Okay.
And then we can give it another month or two.
Well,
Yeah.
another month you should be fine. All of them will be
Yeah.
turned on at that point.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you, Sean. On to new business, consideration of ordinance 392, repealing ordinance 376. Nick, is this, well, this is, do we need to do this in 2 readings? Or is this 1 reading?
2.
Okay. So ordinance 392 is repealed. Last year, the town council passed an ordinance relating to the handling of zoning classification of land that's annexed into Winfield. And this is repealing that ordinance.
Yep, I'll make a motion that we, it's a 2-read ordinance, right?
Yep.
I'll make a motion that we approve ordinance number 392 on first reading in title only. Ordinance repealing town ordinance number 376, being an ordinance amending town code title 15, chapter 156 entitled zoning, and specifically amending section 156.023 entitled annexed territory. District classifications, amending the standards and requirements for planned development districts in the town, and repealing all town code sections and ordinances or parts thereof in conflict herewith. all matters related thereto, and repealing all town code sections and ordinances or parts thereof in conflict herewith, and all matters related thereto.
Second.
We have a motion by Dave and a second by Tim. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
President, I'll make a motion to suspend the rules and hear ordinance number 392 on second reading.
Second.
Motion by Dave and a second by Tim. Roll call. Mike?
Mr. Zach Beaver,
Yes.
Mr. David Anderson.
Yep.
Mr. Timothy Clayton.
Yes.
I'll make a motion that we adopt ordinance number 392 on title only. An ordinance repealing town ordinance number 376, being an ordinance amending town code title 15, chapter 156, entitled zoning, and specifically amending section 156.023 entitled annexed territory district classifications, amending the standards and requirements for planned development districts in the town, and repealing all town code sections and ordinances or parts thereof in conflict herewith, and all matters related thereto, and repealing all town code sections and ordinances or parts thereof in conflict herewith, and all matters related thereto.
Second.
We have a motion by Dave and a second by Tim. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Consideration of acceptance of right-of-way at 4809 East 109th Avenue.
As you know, acquiring right-of-way on 109th anywhere is a challenge. We have a voluntary right-of-way dedication in front of us for consideration. This is the property that's on 109th, trying to explain it. It's got the Quonset hut, which is like the arch building on the south side of the road, kind of just past Virginia Fox's horse boarding and facility. So it's a voluntary dedication of right-of-way.
Awesome.
I make a motion that we accept the right-of-way at 4809 East 109th Avenue as proposed.
Second.
We have a motion by Tim and a second by Dave. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed?
Thank you.
Motion carries. Yep.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Item number 3, consideration of favorable recommendation from the Planning Commission, docket PC 2025-11, zone change. Sir?
Good evening,
How you
Mr.
doing?
President and fellow council members and staff. My name is Todd Clevin, for those that may not know me, and for the record, last name is spelled K-L-E, V as in Victor, E-N. I am the Vice President of Land for Lennar Homes, and our offices reside at 1700 East Gulf Road, Suite 1100, Schaumburg, Illinois, personally residing in Crown Point, Indiana. I am in front of you this evening after receiving a favorable recommendation from the Planning Commission for the said PC docket 2025-11, also known as Heron Landing, which consists of 146 home sites. I'm here with a unique request, an unfortunate request, but I wanted to do it in person and not via an email and be completely transparent with you. As you know, we are a nationwide company, and I do feel that I'm at the end of a marathon and just blew my knee out. Things happen above my level, and taking your feedback over the last 5 years about our product, I was a huge advocate within our division, and I was heard. Unfortunately, it just came a little late, but I'm proud to say that Lennar Chicago division is overhauling all of their product and adopting our Minnesota product, coming right out of the state of Minnesota. As you know, early on in this petition, our product was denied, and we went back to the drawing board and we enhanced it after several meetings with Mr. Belair and his staff, as well as Mr. Clayton, you may have been there for one, and Mr. Anderson was there. Unfortunately, after receiving our favorable recommendation to be in front of you this evening, it was brought to my attention that that product, that Landmark series, is being discontinued with Lennar. And that product from Minnesota is going to supersede it. After sharing it with just Mr. Anderson, because I wanted to bounce it off of him, I didn't know if it would even be accepted, and if it was something we could slide in to the existing PUD, or we'd have to be remanded back to the Plan Commission. So I'm here in front of you this evening to share my sincere apologies about the self-inflicted situation that we're currently in, but I do not want to pull the wool over anybody's eyes. I'd rather go back to the table, work with you on those renderings, get them to something hopefully that you can accept. We'll re-present it to the Plan Commission, and then we'll come back to the council. This does impede some issues that I have with the seller. I'm going to have to work with the seller and try to get an extension, but unfortunately, it's where we're at. So with that being said, again, I sincerely apologize. Hopefully, we can continue to work together. You've been great. As I mentioned before, Mr. Anderson always takes my calls. Nick, I apologize for circumventing you and going right to Dave on this, but I knew I didn't have much time.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, man, Nick's not going to be happy. But anyway, it's true transparency, and I believe that the light at the end of the tunnel is not a train, and that we will get there. I just need a little bit more time. And Mr. Anderson did suggest that due to my situation with the contractual obligations that I have, that possibly, if necessary, we could speed it up with a special meeting. Obviously, we would take the burden on making any payments that's associated with that, but that might be a future request of ours. But I'm going to go ahead and iron out the exact lineup. I'll work with Nick, and Nick will obviously schedule an in-house meeting and hopefully get right back in front of you as soon as we can.
So with that, I'll make a motion that we remand this back to the Plan Commission.
I'll second that.
We have a motion by Dave and a second by Tim. The one discussion item that I would raise is I appreciate you coming to tell us, because I think if it were not the way that you handled it this way, it would be a totally different
Yeah.
landscape for you. And
I
so-
understand. It looks like a
Yeah.
bait and switch. It is not a bait
Yep.
and switch. It is definitely an elimination of a product. And the conversations aren't over. I'm pushing forward. I don't want to speak too much because I have a feeling with what I was told it's going to hold true. It has been eliminated. I think we can get there.
Yep, yeah, and I appreciate
And
it. I mean,
just
like
to-
you said, I appreciate, kind of the face-to-face, man-to-man thing.
Right. Yep.
Just being honest about it.
Could have been an email, but that's not my character.
Right,
And
right.
I appreciate you not trying to circumvent the whole process of going through Plan Commission to get it
Correct.
done, and that, going to mom because dad gave you a different answer, so I appreciate.
Exactly. That was
I
another
appreciate
process.
this.
Go
Yeah.
through and then hit you with this after you approved it. I didn't want to do
Yeah,
that either.
right.
Nope.
Just to give you one little example, so the homes that we're eliminating are homes that have rooms that just aren't utilized, and they're not attracted to our buyers. And as we continue to move with this changing market, and it changes, it's not even month by month, it's week by week. And we're trying to always have that mousetrap to attract that buyer to our product and not somebody else's. So the new homes are definitely more efficient, they flow better for family lifestyles that mimic the 2026 trends versus the earlier trends, pre-recession trends. So I'm excited about that. I think we'll be successful and continue to be successful, but we just have to pump the brakes for a little bit here.
All right, sounds good.
Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Looks
So-
like you had some homework.
So there's a motion to remand to
Yeah.
the Plan Commission. Tim
All in
seconded.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. So we'll
Thank you
remand
very
that.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Todd.
You'll work
Thank
with
you.
them to. get that-
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yep.
perfect.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Item number 4, consideration of the unfavorable recommendation from the Planning Commission, docket PC 2025-14, zone change. Mr. Kill, I think you're up.
Well, this did, obviously, Steve Kill, LBL Development, 14400 Lakeshore Drive, Cedar Lake, Indiana. And obviously, this received an unfavorable recommendation from the Plan Commission. The petition is what it is. I really don't have a lot more to say tonight. Everybody kind of knows that at least 2 of you were at the public hearing and spoke rather passionately. So, there's really not much more I can say right now regarding the request. It's up to the council right now to either affirm that or overturn it, so.
Has my understanding, I'll do it first. My understanding is there's a substantial amount, I watched the hearing, I wasn't here in person, but I watched it online. And based on that and staff notes, TAC meeting notes, kind of the broad feedback you guys have gotten, there's quite a few deficiencies. Have any of those been addressed with staff, or is there a plan to address those?
No,
Or it's just gonna seek approval and hope?
we're proceeding right now as is.
Okay. So at what stage do you envision addressing and I don't want to use this lightly, but in my opinion, the slew of deficiencies? At
No,
what
it-
stage will that be addressed?
Well, that's understood, and depending on what happens tonight, we're gonna have to evaluate what we want to address and whether we want to move forward, make substantial changes, or, that's all gonna affect everything, so right now, I couldn't tell you exactly the way we're going to go. I just know that I don't have any changes to our petition, and what was presented to the planning commission would just come forward to the town council.
Okay.
I know I can say that as of today, I've not heard anything different. I've not had any conversation, nobody's reached out to say anything different on it. We'd like to work, we work with all developers, as you can see with the previous one. But as of right now, there was nothing, no reached out, nothing to work with, so as far as I'm concerned, I know that everybody spoke. Everybody spoke at the plan commission meeting about it, and I know I was there, so I know it wasn't favorable in that, so I would still recommend the same thing, that we just move on from it for now and come back to the table. Come back to the table. It's something that can be fixed. It's just a matter of,
No, I
Changing.
heard the plan
Yeah.
commission comments loud and
Yep.
clear, Tim, especially you, so,
Mhm.
yep, understood.
Okay.
Yes.
So then with that, I'll make a motion to accept the unfavorable recommendation from the Plan Commission for docket PC 2025-14, zone change ag to PDR for Gates of Winfield.
Second.
Motion by Dave, second by Tim. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries. Thank you for
Thank you.
coming.
Thank
We'll
you.
stay in touch, thank you.
Sounds good,
Definite.
thank you, sir. Consider, item number 5, consideration of pay application number 6 to Milestone Contractors.
So this is a pay application for the pavement markings on the project, in the amount of $6,204.60.
I'll make a motion to pay milestone pay application number 6 for the 2025 CCMG road projects in the amount of $6,204.60.
Motion by Tim. Second by Dave. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Consideration of pay application number 20, Hassey Construction for the recommendation from the sewer board.
Good evening. This matter was discussed at tonight's sewer board and has been recommended for payment. This was some additional kind of items that we requested the contractor perform, including painting, connection of Palmer feed tank, and some heat tracing for the winter months as the project wrapped up. So it's kind of a cleanup pay request towards the end of the project here.
How much is left?
There's one change order that we're still looking at reviewing,
Okay.
but that's the last item.
All right. And then our sewer plant is complete
Yes.
and at full capacity. Not full capacity, but plenty capacity.
Yeah. Construction is complete. We're just following up on the paper.
Perfect.
Like 40% capacity, right, as I hope is closer to the number.
We are at 40% capacity, so we have 60%.
Right,
Available.
available, okay.
Yes.
Just to make that clear. We want to be ahead of the curve, not behind the curve.
Right.
Okay, so I will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to pay application number 20 to Hassey Construction for the wastewater treatment plant, Phase 2 improvements in the amount of $49,569. As
second.
recommended by the sewer board. Yep.
Motion by Tim and a second by Dave. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Consideration of ordinance 391, amending licensing and registration requirements.
Want me to take that one, Nick?
Yes, please, David, go right ahead.
This is updating our licensing for new construction. Basically, if you want to build your own home, you will either have to now have a pass the Lake County General Contractors license at Lake County, or if you're like, nah, I don't want to do that, the other option is to contract with a general contractor and have them on your, essentially your staff if you're gonna be the general contractor. So you can still build your own house, but what we can no longer do with our staff is be the help desk for a homeowner who does not know, have any clue as to how to build a house. We've had that. It takes away from our teams, our team's time and energy to try and walk them through the process of building a house. That is not our job. So this just rectifies that, puts it into the system. So now either when you show up for a permit, either you present a license, or as part of the application, you present that you have a contract with a general contractor that has a license and who knows how to build a house.
And
That's it.
just two kind of clarifying points. One, this brings us in more into line with already what other municipalities.
We're the only town.
Right. And so we're just trying to make it so that our staff are not doing the job of a general contractor to save a
correct.
few bucks.
Yep.
And now that's offloading the work on them. But now you're coming to the town, you have somebody who is licensed to handle this, or you're licensed yourself.
Yep.
And at least they're overseeing the operation so that town staff aren't having to do it.
That is correct.
Okay.
That's it. And it only applies to new construction. So remodel, whatever, it's still.
Oh, yeah, that was, yeah, right,
Yeah,
right,
that's all, that's fine. You can still
Because our
work on
staff
your
are
own
not
stuff.
general contractors.
That is correct.
right.
Yeah.
Very good.
We can't be the help desk.
Thank you, David. I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve ordinance number 391 in title only, an ordinance amending the title, what is that, 11, chapter 111 of the town of Winfield, Lake County, Indiana Code of Ordinances regarding general provisions of the town building code and penalty provisions, repealing all ordinances and town code sections, portion thereof in conflict herewith, and all matters related thereto.
Second.
A motion by Dave and a second by Tim. Any other discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Mr. President, I'll make a motion that we suspend the rules and hear ordinance number 391 on second reading.
Very good.
I'll second that.
We have a motion by Dave and a second by Tim. Roll call, Mike.
Mr. Zach Beaver,
Yes.
Mr. Timothy Clayton,
Yes.
Mr. David Anderson.
Yes. I will make a motion that we adopt ordinance number 391 in title only, an ordinance amending title 11, chapter 111 of the town of Winfield, Lake County, Indiana Code of Ordinances regarding general provisions of the town building code and penalty provisions, repealing all ordinances, town code sections or portions thereof in conflict herewith, and all matters related thereto.
Second.
Motion by Dave, second by Tim. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? And the motion carries.
So, hey, so Nick, make sure Tammy is 100% aware that basically starting.
I informed her of this, and she
Okay.
was very happy to see.
I figured she
We
would.
can close the help desk.
Right.
Yeah, she can close the help desk. That starting tomorrow, this is now,
Yeah.
Anybody walks in, this is what you have to do.
Mhm.
All right, cool.
Yeah, thanks for your work, Dave, on that too.
Appreciate it.
Item number 8, consideration of approval of the purchase of an ambulance. Chief Byrd or Nick, who wants to take that one? Chief?
Go ahead, Bob.
Sure. At the instruction of the town council, they wanted us to solicit the purchase of another ambulance. EMS, ambulance service, is what drives the fire service today. And it's important for them to have qualified trucks on the street to respond to these these medical emergencies. The fire force has 3, I believe, in service right now. And knowing that there's going to be the need for additional current model ambulance, recognizing that close to 80% of fire calls are going to be for ambulance. And speaking with Chief Paramedic Gettler, was that when we showed an ambulance last month, it was a sample ambulance that a Illinois firm had acquired and went bankrupt. So these were a special cell ambulance. We're not getting this one or suggesting to the council tonight to purchase that one. We have another model that comes 90-95% within the fire force's ideal working capability, for room for the paramedics to work and respond to these various calls. We're fortunate that, we've got St. Mary's Hospital from this building is 7 miles down the road. Franciscan Hospital, their emergency department is 7.5 miles down the road. We want to keep them well-equipped so that they can do their job and do it safely. So that's the proposal before you for the purchase of the ambulance from Fire Services, Inc. of St. John, Indiana. It already comes equipped with a Stryker load system in it, and we're also purchasing the Stryker cot, the patient cot that gets loaded into there. We're adding additional brackets because not only is this an ambulance, it's also a fire response vehicle because the medics are cross-trained firefighters, so they're going to keep their bunker gear in there, their self-contained breathing apparatus, air tanks in there, and maybe some extrication equipment, things like that. So we're going to have a few extra costs, add-ons to secure that safety equipment that they use. And how this ambulance is ultimately set up with the graphics and things like that, that there's a line item for that cost to include the graphics to be put on there at whatever language we choose to put on there. So that's my recommendation that we, council, make a consideration to vote for this to purchase this ambulance.
Very good. Thank you, Chief Byrd, and thanks for coordinating with the fire department. You know, this is kind of another point is, you know, we had an ambulance we thought might have done the trick, but coordinating with the fire department to make sure it suits their needs, we identified that there may be a more suitable ambulance for the purposes. So I appreciate you running all that down and dialoguing with them to make sure that that's patched out.
So to reiterate, so for all intents and purposes of this, this would be ready to roll off and go out to minus consumables.
Yeah, it just
Is that what
needs
it
to
sounds
be
like?
Outfitted, graphics put on it, it's
Yeah.
ready to go. It's got the lights, the sirens, a couple of other features, key features. So it'll be ready to go.
For this price that we're looking at?
For that price.
Okay.
There might be a little bit of add-on based on what the firefighters ultimately need.
Yeah. Minus consumables, so I'm
Yeah,
not talking about
as we
that.
priced other ambulances, different providers, the market is tight. It takes a considerable amount of time to build this equipment. Ambulances are less time consuming as fire trucks are taking up to 3 years. From the time you order it to the time it's built to your specifications and delivered, so.
Am I reading this correctly, that this will be ready as soon as we sign a check?
Pardon me?
Am I reading that correctly, that this was ready as soon as we sign a check, or is this 3 years?
It's sitting there, it's ready to go in
Okay.
St. John.
Okay, good. Because everybody I've talked to said about lead times on it, like you just reiterated, and that, okay. Thank you.
All right, I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion that we go into contract and accept it from Fire Services, Inc. for an ambulance.
Wheeled coach type 3 ambulance, unit number 680499.
What he just said there, in the amount of $289,102 plus $37,839 for the Stryker cot and the $760 for the 2 extra brackets in the compartment 4.
We have a motion by Tim,
I'll second.
second by Dave.
Yep.
Any other discussion?
Nope.
Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. And we will reopen public comment. Anybody wishing to speak at all? Seeing nobody, we're going to move on to Treasurer's Report. Mike?
Good evening, everyone. For your consideration and approval, and of course your review, we have 11 pages of claims this evening totaling the amount of $543,042.95. That should be in your packets.
It is.
It's our original, but yeah.
Mr. President, can I make a motion to pay the claims in the amount of $543,042.95 as presented?
We have a motion by Tim,
I'll second.
second by Dave. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Our next meeting will be Tuesday, May 26th at 7 PM.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.